Love and peace and happiness. Connecting the body and the body. Connecting the body, heart, and mind. Connecting the body and the spirit. Connecting the heart, mind, and the body. Connecting the heart, mind, and heart. Connecting the heart, mind, and the spirit. Connecting the spirit and the body. Connecting the spirit, heart, and mind. Connecting the spirit and the spirit. One for the body, one for the heart, one for the mind, one for the spirit. Divine truth, let me see you speak and hear it with accuracy, clarity, and simplicity. For the one who requested this personal reading. Okay. Before I start shuffling these, I'm holding them upside down, so we'll write them up. The 3 of Cups at the center. Below the Ace of Pentacles. In the heart, the 2 of Wands. In the mind, the King of Cups. In the spirit, the King of Swords. 3 of Swords. Knight of Swords. Ace of Cups. 8 of Wands. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the 10 of Swords. With the 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Princess of Wands, Princess of Cups, the High Priestess, 6 of Wands, Queen of Cups, Magician. Okay. So there's an ending, final decision, independence, Queen of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, feminine energy, Princess of Wands, immature offer, Princess of Cups, daydreaming, wishing and hoping, the High Priestess, secrets, knowing, intuitive, knowing the psychic energy, knowing there's victory in receiving what you wanted, okay, what you made. And the 3 of Cups at the center of the spread is talking about third-party energies. It's talking about reunions, even. Reunions. So reunions is happening. Okay. I see that in this, you're independent. You're on your own. You're on your own in this situation. You feel like you're on your own. You're on your own because you just decided about something to let it go. You're actually, you could be even cheersing, toasting this ending. The other person is hurt. They're heartbroken. They're sad. But you feel this choice in your heart. And this is about you confronting negativity. It's like this person, they want to, they're going to tell you that they're hurt. But I feel like you're telling them that you need to do this for your happiness. You need to do this because it feels right for you. Yeah. They know they need to practice more self-love. They know they need that for themselves. But you're not only thinking emotionally, but your spirit is all up in this because you have the King of Swords that sees clearly. All right. Let's cut this deck and see what else will be revealed. Show me. Yeah, they need to move forward, move on. They know it. They don't like it, but they know they have to move on and move forward in self-love. Even though, it's a truth that they don't want to hear. Pain, apprehensive, afraid, and cautious with the Three of Cups. This is when you successfully do something that it's not easy to do, is what I'm hearing. Successfully doing what you need to do, but some of the most important things you need to do are not easy. It's not easy at all. In this situation, anywhere where there's a third party situation, that person's gonna be feeling a lot of regret about it. Yeah. And because the Three of Cups is at the center and their Three of Swords is right here, I feel like they broke their own heart in this. Let me see this Ace of Pentacles below. Bluff, pretending, mask, exaggeration. The mask is coming off. And at the end of the day, it's you. You're alone. You're by yourself. You're independent. That's what you're realizing. Like, you were always on your own in this. I heard you're realizing where you were pretending, realizing where it was an illusion, you were realizing where you were falling for some fake shit, you were realizing where you were telling yourself it was something that it wasn't. Okay. What's this Two of Wands? Only you. Devoted, attached, and crave. You've been devoted. You've been attaching yourself to somebody, but you don't feel like you're with nobody. You're not showing up in these cards like you're with nobody. It's showing up like you're done. You feel connected to this person. You do. But at the same time, you want somebody who you can have these kinds of embraces with, somebody who you feel like wants to be with you and you want to be with them. Like, it's mutual desire. You want mutual desire. You want somebody who's only focused on you. You've had a lot of pain in third party situations. The King of Cups in your headspace is coming out with sorrow, with just loss, grief, and depression. This is a sad situation because you do love this person and you know that it's also going to hurt them, this choice that you made, this decision that you're at. You're at a decision point. You already have your final answer. And I heard anywhere where you're overthinking it is because you're trying to find another way to get around what the final answer has shown you. Why the King of Swords? Curse, hex, witchcraft, negative mind. It's interesting because it's in a spiritual position. Wow, is that what it is? That's why you feel like this person did something to try to keep you there, to keep you in an illusion, keep you uh, unaware, to keep you stuck. And then it's interesting because the girl with the sorrow, it almost looks as though her gaze is going over here at the curse, and that's what's in your head. So, wow. Oh, that's sad. Okay, so you feel like you're only with this person because they try to work some kind of magic, they try to do some sort of intention setting, some sort of spell work. Wow, I did not see your reading going this way. Let me see this Three of Swords in their physical position. One day, someday, somewhere, another time with the Three of Swords. The foot is barefoot and full of paint. So they've been making a mess, intentionally making a mess at her. And Three of Swords, be where your feet are. I have a footnote on there. Be where your feet are. Okay, Three of Swords. This person needs to get into the facts. I'm hearing they need to get into the facts of how they got themselves in this place where they're not happy at all. But they need to look at the mess that they made that led up to this. Like, they made a whole mess to create this situation. In their emotional body, they have the Knight of Swords, which is a lot of negative thinking. And here we go, negative thinking. They've been having all these negative thinking because their emotions are unsure, uncertain, unclear, with confusion. So they've been thinking all these negative thoughts, having these negative feelings, putting their head where their heart's supposed to be, not getting into their heart, but getting into their head. Okay, and in their head is where their heart's supposed to. In their head, they're thinking it's love. They're thinking, love me, love me, love me. Wow. Ace of Cups energy. Return. Second chance, opportunity, making amends. They just want you to come back. They just want you to stay. They just want you not to leave. That's crazy because it's a potter on the wheel. They're throwing a vase on the wheel, on the pottery wheel. So it looks like trying to mold the situation. I'm trying to mold the situation. Well, this is their second chance and their opportunity to return to self-love. That's what it is for them. Facts, like it or not, that's what it is for them. They get an opportunity to get back into self-love. But yeah, they feel like, love me, love me, love me. And so it'd be different if the Ace of Cups was in the heart space, but it's in the head space. They want self-love, but in their heart space is all confusion, all the chaos in their feelings. What's this Eight of Wands in their spirit body? A depth, awareness, importance, and value. With the Eight of Wands, it's like their spirit is taking them. So whatever's happening with them emotionally right now, which is very unpleasant with the Three of Swords in their physical space, whatever's happening physically is not what they want to have happen. And so they got all these confusing feelings and, they don't want things to change, but it's all creating all this awareness in them. Interesting. All right, I'm going to grab a selection of my handmade oracles to go with your reading and see what else. Oh, hold on. We didn't look at the bottom of this one. What the bottom over here say? Running, ghosting, disappearing, invisible. Yeah, it's over. It's done. The running card, ghosting and disappearing and invisible with the Ten of Swords, it's over. It's done. It's done. Something is done. I feel like you're on your own. You're independent. You're doing your own thing with the Ace of Pentacles in your physical space. That's a yes from the universe. And with the mask coming off, it's like anywhere where you are bluffing, pretending, faking, anywhere where you are trying to make something what it is not. The representative has left the building. Love and peace and happiness. So the true is going to come through. That's what I heard. All right. So I'm going to open these up so I have room to put my cards where I want them, close by their mates. Oh, so I'm going to open, here, you heard what I said? I'm going to open this up so I have room to put my cards where I want them, close by their mates, is what I said. That is definitely a message for you, baby. That's definitely a message for you. Thank you so much for choosing me for your personal reading. I truly appreciate being chosen by you. I know you love me and I love you too. Okay. Show me the Three of Cups with the pain at the center in the position of the situation. The overall situation. Please and thank you. Why do we have Three of Cups and the pain? There it is. Okay. We have 2 cards coming out. It says, with each interaction, my feelings grow, as does my connection to you. And that's coming out with frenemy. So it hurts because you actually, the more you keep interacting with this person, the more feelings you develop for this person. And then you realize like they've been working against you with this curse energy. And it could very much be trying them, if in their heart space they're creating confusion, but there's the Knight of Swords there. So truly, what I'm getting is the way they think and the what's coming from their heart. Those two things don't match. They're not. This is a situation where they're not. It's just not. It's not in alignment. Frenemy is somebody who presents as a friend, but they're truly not on your side. Okay. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Bluff card. Jealous. Oh, they're jealous of you. And I hear communication is everything. Okay, there's some point of jealousy. Communication is everything, and you're not getting the communication you need. Because you're not getting the communication you need, how can I trust you? You say, how can I trust you? That's what you say. I'm going to trust you. I'm not getting the communication that I need. With the Two of Wands and only you feel perfect position for this card to come out because it's in the feelings place. Not in the head space. It's in the feelings place, which is where you want the feelings cards to come out, in the feelings place. It says you feel it's time to be all about you. Let them fend for themselves. Yeah, do that. And winning. Like at the end of the day, you're winning. You feel it's time for you to be, them to, you got to do you and let them fend for themselves. Well, I mean, if there's some third party situation going on here, if there's a lack of communication, it looks like you're an excellent communicator. You reach out, you're like, I communicate with you, but there's certain shit I'm just not going to put up with. Okay. Let me see this King of Cups and sorrow, loss, grief, and depression. Why the King of Cups? Show me why the King of Cups is in your headspace. You're thinking about your feelings. You're thinking about, am I happy? You're thinking about, is this fulfilling to me? The divine cosign. Used by God to prove a point. Ooh. You know that you're being used by God to prove a point. Point is, communication is everything. You have to communicate with me. When you don't communicate with me and you don't keep that communication open and honest and up for when I have to dig and pick to try to find what's going on, you say, yeah, how can I trust you? How can I trust you? You ask. Okay, let me see the King of Swords and the curse energy. The common denominator. Common denominator. So there's an energy that you've dealt with in the past. This is in the spiritual position. There's an energy you dealt with in the past. That energy is making a runaround back in this situation through the negativity, through the communication skills. I heard, or lack thereof. Excuse me. I can't control the sneezing. It is what it is. Show me the Three of Swords with the 1 day and their physical position. And past narcissist paradigm. So that means somebody tries to please the other person. They're never satisfied. and it turns into a very painful cycle that just perpetuates. Let me see this person's heart space with the Knight of Swords and confusion, please. They're insecure in their position. Oh, there's another card. And neglected. Okay. Insecure and neglected. Is that that's the confusion they try to create, was to make you feel insecure and neglected. Oh, they want to make you treat them badly. They're, for whatever reason, what I just saw was this person is trying to put you in a position to treat them poorly, to disrespect, to violate in some sort of way. They're taunting you in some sort of way by neglecting you, by trying to make you feel insecure. Okay, it says, I'm growing a lot. If you're growing with me, you might go with me. Okay. And if they're not going with you. This is in their heart space, but I intuitively see that that's more about you and how you feel towards them. And I just feel like in this situation, it might hurt. It looks like you've outgrown it. Let me see the Ace of Cups in the return. Second chance, opportunity, and making amends. What is this? Cheater. Ooh-wee. I heard they know they're a cheater. They know they're a cheater. Ooh-wee. And I already told you it might be third-party situation. They know they're a cheater. They feel guilty. That's why nothing is going the way you thought it was going to go. You thought this could work for yourself. You thought this could work out at some points. But it's being revealed that it just doesn't. You're starting to see that it doesn't, and it's not going to. Let me see why they have the 8 of Wands and depth in the spirit body. Okay. It says a bad person with a lot of money does a lot of bad. A good person with a lot of money does a lot of good. And it says the pendulum swings and an elevation occurs. You can't heal in the same environment that poisoned you. Scared. Your acceptance of things influences what the universe brings. And within 3 days, new information is going to create awareness of a shift in direction that leads to a much more fulfilling experience. So this person is afraid of something. Eager is at the bottom of the deck. They've been... okay. So this person was hungry for something, thirsting for something. Yeah. But there were some things that were hidden from you. There was some things that was hidden from you. And what I'm seeing is that they know that they've been cheating. And then they use emotional manipulation, even though they got all this dirtiness. They're dirty. It's made a mark. They're dirty. It's made a mark. They're trying to make you feel insecure and neglected. And although you have feelings for this person, you can see it, and you are realizing like this person is just bringing more distraction into your life, more chaos into your life. You feel like you can see behind what they've been hiding, like you can see behind the mask with this person. You can see what they've been trying to conceal from you. Let me see what the romance angels have to say. We're going deeper. Another deck. Let's see what else we have for you, baby. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay, it says release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Three of Cups energy. So that's the situation. It's about releasing an ex. If this person is your ex, you need to release them. Let me see. this Ace of Pentacles in your physical experience. Who or what is this Ace of Pentacles in your physical experience? In your physical experience, it says, pay attention to the red flags, baby. The signs are cautioning you. Pay attention to the red flags. Let me see the emotional body, why we have the Two of Wands here. In your emotional body. Why do you have the Two of Wands in your emotional body? Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. This is not the right place for for finances to show up. You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go focus on my career. I'm gonna go get my money right. Yeah, and oh yeah, and if this person got some secret rendezvous going on, could totally be in the workplace. What do we have above you with the King of Cups? Above you, we have children. Your love life is being affected by children. Hmm. Being used by God to prove a point. You know, I just did a zodiac sign reading earlier. I know this is your personal reading, but they're just reminding me that I just did a zodiac sign reading earlier. And in that zodiac sign reading, one of the messages that came out was, it's not in anyone's best interest for you to stay because of the children. When there's disrespect happening, you're just teaching the children disrespect. You stay because it's the right move. You stay because it's healthy. You stay because it's evolving. You stay because you're growing together. You stay because it's real and there's real love and care and concern and reciprocation and all of the reasons that you stay. If you have those, then definitely stay. But some people's only reason for staying is the children, and everything else is shit in their hand. And so what are the children watching? Their parents running around with shit in their hand, and they're being taught that that's what life looks like. That's what relationships look like. If you don't want your children to have a relationship that feels like shit, then you don't stay in relationships that feel like shit, because usually they feel like shit because some toxic stuff is going on. So there's that. Okay, so you have concerns about the children. You don't want to hurt the children. You know this person's going to really miss the children. In your spirit body, you have the King of Swords, and it says heart-to-heart conversations. And I'm just hearing you've heard this, you've seen this experience before. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. If you haven't talked to your person about this, then you don't need to be talking to me about this, because your person is the one that you need to talk to about how you feel. You know, and yeah, it's just like, I understand you want a reading, but you need to talk to the person who's involved. And again, conversations is a big deal because it's in your physical experience. It says communication is everything. So if you have talked to them and you feel like the communication is ineffective, now that's influencing, and it's showing you like, I've been through this path before, which is why the red flags is coming out. It's saying, remember, you had this pattern show up in your life before. A pattern is a pattern for a reason, because by patterns, you can predict the next thing that's going to happen. Let me see the other side of the table energy in their physical experience. Is the Three of Swords. They broke their own heart, I heard. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Somebody here, the passion. Okay. So we have a man and a woman having passion. This person presenting as passion, they could use sex to try to rope you in, keep you stuck. They could be using passion, love bombing. I'm getting love bombing energy. Honestly, this deck doesn't have a card that says love bombing, but that's what that feels like right there. We have an angelic masculine energy here over this lady. This masculine energy has wings. Okay. So somebody could be, using their feminine wiles. Be careful for that. Be careful for that, whichever gender you are. I'm just saying, because masculine and feminine does not dictate gender. Let me see that Knight of Swords in their heart space. Neglected and insecure. Either they're growing or they're not. If they're growing, they might could go with you, but let me see. Neglected and insecure with the Knight of Swords. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. That's a picture of a couple walking off together. They'd like to just run away from the world with you. Interesting. And let me see. Because in their head, they have the cheater energy with the Ace of Cups. Aces are yeses. So let's see why we have the Ace of Cups there. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So this person has a chance. This person is a cheater. If you gave this person a second chance, they know they need to make the effort. If this is your ex that's trying to make an effort to come back to you, you need to let them go. Because it said release your ex right at the center. Okay. Let me see this Eight of Wands with the depth and all these other cards that came out. This could be the one. This person feels like you are the romantic person for them. Okay. Bottom of the deck is playfulness. Fun and games. I heard it's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt, and now somebody's getting hurt. Fun and games. Interesting. And I'm being guided to pull another deck for you. So let's get it with the Yin Yang Oracle. One more round for you, baby. I got one more round for you. Let's see what we got. Love and peace and happiness. So what it looks like to me is you have somebody here who's been in a third-party situation. They might be trying to fix it, okay? They're trying to fix it. It's been a third-party situation. We got the threes in the center of the reading. It's on their side. The Three of Swords is over there. It's on their side. It's a truth that hurts like a bee and sets them free. Okay, there's some red flags. You're seeing the red flags. You're paying attention to the red flags. Okay. Let me see more. Where it lays is where it speaks, I heard. Okay. I was going to do one more round, but I stand corrected. So they want to do where it lays is where it speaks. So let's see what we have. Okay, right here. We have memories and nostalgia. We have forming structure and solid foundations. And we have disharmony, triggers, and conflict. This is all in reverse. Okay. And it's sitting on top of the children energy. So what I'm getting is trying not to look at the discord, the conflicts, trying not to look at that because you've been already invested in building something here. You've already been building memories, and the children are going to remember this. The children are now old enough that they're going to remember the whole thing. Is this what we really want to do? Let's find out some more. What else can you show us? What's really going on? There's an epiphany that's going to happen, and it landed just off camera over here, which is my future position. Okay. But it's right here with this heart to heart conversation and make the effort energy. There's a breakthrough that's happening. What I do want to show is, look, we have one person splashing in the water. So it could just be, yeah, we're just going to leave that said and done just like it is. There will be an epiphany. It really does feel like you're going to be off to your own, though, because you come out in your physical experience with the Ace of Pentacles. That's a card of being on your own. Over here, what do we have? The Spy, watching and inspecting with the Two of Wands. Somebody looking at you. Yeah, I feel like somebody's wanting to see if you figured out. Did you figure out? Did you figure it out? How do you really feel? They're like looking for ways to affect you emotionally. They're looking for ways to get into your feelings, to make you care more. Huh. And on top of the passion, where we have these two right here, there's regret and repression. I just heard somebody sexually repressed. Somebody here got regrets over the third party energies, over being a cheater. Yeah, in the future energy we have family, home, and commitment with the epiphanies. So there's this realization about how it affects the children, how it affects your family and your home life, okay, and the commitment. What else? You're at a decision point. This person's regretting their decisions. In your hand is nurture and compassion, and I'm being told to put that back because, that's what you give. It stayed in your hand. Okay, that's your hand. Is it stayed in your hand? The nurturing and compassion stayed in your hand. You are the one that has nurturing and compassion in your hand. And empath narcissist paradigm, like they love that, baby. They love to be nurtured. Conversation that needs to be had has to do with healing the inner child. That has something to do with neglected and insecurities. Okay, feeling insecure and neglected. Uh-huh. um in autumn and harvest time is when something happens here. We have the ego, vanity, and pride, and we have guilty, and we have sabotage. Okay, somebody here, this situation has something to do with the ex is causing sabotage. This person feels guilty. They've been messing around with somebody. There's third party energy. They shouldn't have never cheated. They shouldn't have never did that. This is fate. Divine intervention, detours, ace of fire, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius is in reverse. Yeah, this is fate happening to a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius person, fire sign. This person, I heard it's a no go. The lightning's finna strike, and it's finna to create some change in this situation. It's gonna be a detour. Uh huh. This person's afraid of being alone. They don't want to be alone. Uh huh. And they already have had a dream. They've had some sort of dream. Okay. They're trying to plant seeds. They're trying to plant seeds, but the thing is, they can't. So it's like you can't. If the dirt is already contaminated because of third party energies, like you can't plant seeds in contaminated dirt and then think that it's going to come out to be something edible and healthy. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever this sabotaging thing that this person did, cheating, that they're so regretful about because they're a cheater, they planted seeds and they kind of fucked it all up because they already let you know they was guilty. They let you know it was guilty. Yeah. Ooh, control taxes. Look at this. Trying to control, put their foot on you. Try to put their foot on you. Yeah. The storm, unexpected. Yeah. They didn't think that you were going to figure out what they were doing to try to control you. They didn't know that you had that much power to perceive, is what I'm hearing. And that one stayed in your hand. So I'm going to put that back in your hand. They said, what was on the other side? The North Node, the cosmic purpose. They said, remember your purpose, okay? Remember your purpose and don't get distracted, okay? Because this is about transcendence. You're going to go into transcendence. This is you healing your inner child, okay? Who, again, with the mask coming off, facade and beliefs. Like, what is the fake beliefs you have? Okay, what are the fake beliefs you have? There's a situation here that you're leaving because there's third party energies here. There's cheater energies all over this. There's lack of communication. There's a lack of trust here. This person thinks you could be the one, but the problem is the seeds were already planted and they were planted in contaminated dirt because there's already been some. And then, one of the red flags was the person was way too eager. Let me see what's below this. The person was way too eager. Number one, okay, they're way too eager. When somebody is too eager and doing too much and trying to advance and progress the situation too fast, that's a big red flag. Yeah, I hate people. They don't even fucking like people, okay? Angel number 555 is falling apart so it can all fall into place. This is a divinely designed change, replacing the old with the new. The flow allows you to pursue your soul purpose. Changes times three. It comes in threes and fierce. This person is afraid of the changes that is coming. They don't really like people. Locks and blocks. They got paths locked up. Okay. They thought they was going to have you locked up because you're exquisite and exotic. Okay. You're exquisite and exotic. And materialize. So you materialize this for a reason. Okay. They said, what's the reason you materialize? It's crown chakra. You already know. Helpless. Somebody felt helpless. Okay. You attracted it. The whole helpless part of you attracted this situation because of sentimental reasons. Okay. What I've got to do is more important than me and you. Your purpose is calling you, baby. What I've got to do is more important than me and you. The weight of the karma. There's a lot of karmic energy in this because of the third party situation. They're going to be wanting you. This is divine love. They had that opportunity at divine love and they messed it up by being a cheater. Messed it up by being a cheater. Yeah. And you've been through this before. You've been through the cheater before. You've already had that. And this is about like breaking that cycle for you. You don't need that in your life no more. You don't want that in your life no more. You're not accepting it in your life anymore. This is what I have for you. You got some extra time. Thank you so much for choosing me for your personal reading. I feel like it's complete now, and I'm going to go ahead and close this out here. So thank you so much. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And about.